2017. The year the world may learn the truth of the assassination of John F. Kennedy, with the documents related to his death set to be released a full 50 years after his demise. But are there any secret files which will never be released by the government? Are some events and secrets simply too hot for us to handle? It seems so. So let's take a look at the kind of documents that will never be released to the public. Starting at number 4, Obama's Memo. When American citizens take up arms against their own country, it can be difficult for their government to know how to deal with them. The Bush administration came up against this problem in 2001 with the case of John Walker Lind, who was captured while fighting the U.S. in Afghanistan. Eventually, he was tried on a variety of charges, and a federal grand jury sentenced him to 20 years in prison. This is how several other incidents of hostile American citizens were dealt with during Bush's time in office. However, when Barack Obama took over the presidency, he tried a different approach, straight up assassinating them like a boss. 3 Americans in Yemen were the most famous targets of this policy, and this breach of U.S. and international law was justified by Obama in a 50-page memo produced by the Justice Department. It was deemed legal since the accused men were not able to be captured or otherwise be brought to justice. But the document which underpins this ruling has never been seen in full by the public, with 1/3 of it redacted upon its 2014 release. So, at present, it remains lawful for the American government to execute its citizens without trial, and if the redacted elements of this document are never revealed, you or your family will never know why. At number 3, Britain's colonial crimes. At its height in 1922, the British Empire ruled over a quarter of the world's population, with Canada, Australia, India, South Africa, and many more countries falling under its rule. However, such hegemony often leads to brutality, and without anyone to challenge them, the Brits pretty much did as they pleased. In some cases, the British Empire's influence can be seen as being a positive, with many colonies taking on their laws, language, and trading arrangements. But there were also some extremely shameful acts committed by the Brits as they conquered the world, with documents detailing these crimes deliberately destroyed during the final years of empire. In 1964, Kenya declared independence after 70 years of British rule. 10 years prior, an uprising known as the Mau Mau Rebellion took place between the local people and British military personnel. The British responded by putting the Mau Mau into camps and committing human rights abuses on par with nothing we've seen in military conflicts before or since, with one of the victims being none other than Hussein Obama, Barack's grandfather. When Kenya was about to achieve independence, documented evidence of these crimes was confiscated, flown over to Britain, and incinerated. The few documents that survived remained hidden for 50 years in a secret archive, but those which were destroyed were said to have listed in detail the specific horrors experienced by the Mau Mau at the hands of the British. The Mau Mau situation was not a one-off. Such abuse was rife across Britain's colonies during its reign as super tough guy champion of the world. It remains to be seen whether documents exposing these crimes have been destroyed too, because if so, the true horrors of what Britain did during the time of empire may never be fully known. Although, at least now we know why Brits make such good villains. At 2, Illuminati Minutes. The Illuminati is accused of being many things: a conspiracy to establish a new world order, a secret reptilian race, a bunch of artsy folks who put symbols in Beyonce videos, The truth is, they're just a group of rich, powerful guys who want to be more rich and powerful. And to achieve this, their activities must remain hidden. And they will. So long as they've kept the minutes of their meetings secret. The Bilderberg Group is seen as the public face of the Illuminati, with this organization comprised solely of European and North American elites from the world of politics, industry, finance, and media. Its members are instructed to focus on the collective aim of boosting free market Western capitalism, but they have been accused of seeking to establish a one-world government ever since their formation. Dennis Healy, a Bilderberg founder and member for 30 years, did nothing to dispel these fears when he was quoted in 2001 as saying, "To say we were striving for a one-world government is exaggerated, but not wholly unfair." The Bilderbergers are adamant that during their meetings no resolutions are proposed, no votes are taken, and no decisions on policy are made on any world issues. But when people this powerful get together, they're not playing hacky-sack and tonguing each other's mouths off. At least I hope not. They're meeting to discuss things we commoners aren't allowed to hear. The Bilderbergers are making decisions behind closed doors that have, can, and will affect the lives of ordinary citizens. These people have already shaped world history, and they will continue to do so as long as their power remains unchallenged. But doesn't the public deserve to know what's going on? Have their collective efforts ever had disastrous or embarrassing consequences? And if so, has anyone kept any documentation of their secret projects? Will we ever get to see these files? And when we do, will our planet's recent history suddenly start to make a lot more sense? And number 1, MKULTRA. In 1976, the U.S. government conducted an investigation into the CIA project known as MKULTRA. For years, there had been rumors of brainwashing procedures and gruesome experiments on live human beings taking place, with the supposed goal of learning how to manipulate people on an emotional and physical level. When the investigation concluded, the world learned that these rumors were shockingly true. Members of the U.S. security services had been involved in horrific crimes against humanity, and the project was immediately terminated. However, in 1973, CIA Director Richard Helms anticipated that MKUltra might be investigated, so he ordered its records destroyed. Despite this, 20,000 files escaped his purge due to a filing error, and after declassification, they revealed that the CIA had experimented with mind control, illegal substances, and various forms of physical abuse. But what other horrors might the missing records contain? And might even more secret files have escaped Helms' purge? MKUltra was rumored to include experiments in vivisection and mind erasing, and it also had links with several high-profile assassins and mass murderers. And with MKUltra supposedly continuing under a new name today, we can add records related to this project to our list of documents that will never be released to the public. But did you know there are also a number of fascinating videos of death, destruction, and drama that will also never be released to the public? We're going to explore these in our bonus video, Videos Too Shocking for Public Release, which you can watch on our Patreon page at patreon.com/Strange Mysteries. For a $2 a month pledge, which you can cancel at any time, you'll get to watch this, and indeed all of our bonus content, which goes deeper and darker into every topic than YouTube allows. If you don't want to donate, then it's cool, we still love you. And we'll continue to provide the best content we can under YouTube's restrictions, as you'll find out by watching our recent video on UFO hunters who disappeared.